Hey everyone, Rich from the Indie Alt Social Club, and this video is going to be for the gig we went to last night, which was Gary Numan in Cardiff. Just before we get into this one, I just didn't realise actually before we went to the gig that some tragic news had happened for Gary Numan, where his brother John had died a few days before the actual gig. So huge respect for him for doing that. You could see that he was getting emotional on stage. At one point, he did get really emotional, but he got through it and he was excellent. And he was a true tribute to his brother. So rest in peace, John. And yeah, anyway, right. So getting into this review. So I went to the gig. It was at the Great Hall in Cardiff. Great venue. Very expensive for drinks. £7.50 for a can of Thatchers and whatever things they had. This is one bit of a bugbear which gets us, where you're trying to get people into music and you're paying for the tickets, which can be quite expensive. And even if you go and watch sort of the smaller bands, the up-and-coming bands who are trying to make a living, where the tickets are predominantly between £10 and £20, paying £7.50 them to go in there for drinks. And I kind of think that takes away a little bit from support acts as well, because people will tend to drink in the cheaper pubs before they go in and watch the main events. They won't sit in this taking a bit of a punt on the support acts and paying £7.50 for a can. Anyway, that's my little rant over with that. So venues, take note, do better. And a student as well. Come on. Anyway, so we went in the Great Hall to watch Gary Numan. Raven Numan supported him, his daughter. I'll share a bit of footage of Raven, who was very, very good actually, very good. More tailored towards Gary Numan's sort of new style, like sort of dark gothic synth punk pop sort of thing going on. But yeah, she was good, very, very good. And then obviously we got to the main event where Gary Numan done his stuff, and he's such a great showman. It might not be everyone's cup of tea, especially this sort of newer crowd. Obviously, there was an older crowd which went, and they were all dressed in sort of post-punk era clothing, which was fantastic. It was unbelievable. I really enjoyed it, to be honest. The sort of eclectic tastes of different people at that gig was unbelievable. And Gary Numan's style, so his sort of, like I said, gone to this more sort of gothic punk synth sort of pop thing, and he's very expressive in his sort of moves and the way he is. It's just fantastic to watch. It really was. And like I said, it was a great gig. So I won't go too much into that, but I will sort of share some footage now of the gig. Hopefully you liked, and maybe you catch Gary Numan gig in the future. One thing I will say, if you are sort of liking this and you're looking to explore a bit more of Gary Numan, is go and check the Glastonbury event he did last year, I think it was. Probably still on the iPlayers. Or you'll find it on YouTube. But yeah, Gary Neville live at Glastonbury. It was fantastic. Got me, for someone who's not really listened to a lot of Gary Numan throughout the years. My dad used to follow him a little bit and listen to like big tunes like Cars, which a lot of people know. Everything's Electric, I think the other one is, which he didn't play, which was a surprise, to be honest. But like I said, I've seen his new stuff and it's good. It's really, really good. It's very dark. But good. Anyway, enjoy this. As always, put your feedback back to us. Follow us on TikTok with us going. We're on YouTube. We've done documentaries on there. We're doing interviews. We're getting more interviews, as it says. Just one for today. I spoke to Will from a band called Marseille. Check them out. Fantastic. So I've been trying to get for a while. Might be doing some stuff with him. A local artist to me as well, called Tristan. And a couple of other things coming off, so yeah, enjoy.